go to Oxford, org and pick up the what do you call it? The tape, or you can get it off on, I think, YouTube. I think there's something on YouTube. But he also wrote the Art of the Deal.
Well, we're looking for a debate. I don't think you're debating, so
okay.
I'm looking for a debate.
I'm just plugging Tony Schultz's book, and so people know that Trump did not write the book. You know?
Yeah, we're aware. No, we're aware.
And that the people should look into this book and hear what Tony Schultz had to say about doing this book and his 30 years of trying to make up for writing this book for skanky Trump is whatever. So, just thought I'd put it
I do have someone in the box, so.
Okay,
all right.
Bye.
Appreciate it, man. All right, take care. Oh, it's DJ. If you guys want to debate, hop in the box. If you're not, please hop out. Would appreciate it. Oh, man. If you guys want to support the channel, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. You can join the Patreon. We can watch the playbacks. It's kind of a chill night. There's not a lot going on. I don't know what the fuck. They tell me they don't want to debate all these people, and then it's like me, and then they don't jump in here. You wonder why I'm like, oh, I'll just sit here and twiddle my fucking thumbs, I guess. God damn it. Anyway, if you guys want to support, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. You can join the Patreon. We can watch playbacks. I would appreciate it. Crowdfunded here. And probably going to have to shoot this.
No, that's no fun. Just sitting there twiddling your thumbs. That's boring.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. What's up? You okay? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just tired of caffeine.
We'll go get some real quick. I'll sit here.
Oh, boy, this guy thinks he's great.
Try to get somebody else. Somebody hop in to baby so
know
Tommy
the
can go get some
law.
coffee. The man needs his
Hop in
coffee.
here and tell me. Hop in here and tell me all about how I don't know about the law, okay?
What's up, Josh? Thanks, guys. Appreciate the gifts. It's been a pretty chill day for me. I haven't really done a whole lot today. I got stuff to do tomorrow and Friday, so I took it all. I kind of took the day off and chilled out. Oh, man.
What's going on?
Should we DoorDash you some monsters? Go get some coffee.
All right.
Yeah, man. Go get some coffee. We'll run it for a minute.
Oh, man. So how have you been so successful in keeping your lives going, Tic Tac? Your lives have been going. You haven't gotten banned. Yeah?
Go ahead, Tom.
If you guys want to debate, you can hop in the box and I'll let you in. And, you know, I think...
DJ's another class.
On this phone. Hold on. I do have... So I have green screen back now.
Nice.
That's cool. But what you got's better, though. What you have is better. Because you can show, like, TV and, videos, and so it's better. Oh, so I guess he's doing that to go do his thing. Yeah, if anybody wants to hop in the box.
I was just going to say pause.
No, I was trying to see that.
Okay, because we can't load anybody if it's paused.
Oh.
I was trying to see if I had a background, If I had a background I could use, but it's all right. We are back.
I got one I could send you.
Yeah, Valerie,
it's got my Cash App on it, though.
Joe Biden didn't cause them. That's what I hope people start realizing, is that he didn't do anything to cause all that shit. Yeah, your lives, you've been able to stay up pretty well without getting reported and taken down. I got a 7-day ban on my other account from yesterday. We were just having a talk, and I said that that I believe Trump supporters, if they still support him after he's convicted, that they're traitors and they should have their voting rights revoked and be on a domestic terrorist watch list. And bam, I got misinformation, 7 days banned.
That last one will do it. So I learned a trick. I'll have to tell you. I'll tell you in the background, but
thanks,
it's been doing all right.
That's good. You've been having some interesting topics.
Just fascism specifically. I mean, I did racism for quite a while. That got super busy and a little too much, so I switched up a little.
Right. Yeah, I did a live just strictly focusing on how Trump duped people to believe the election was stolen. And that was getting some characters in, and I was just like, they're...
Do we know
some
DJ?
rabid folks out there. DJ, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Just in here?
Yeah. But I think Tommy said he was in a debate. But I don't know who he is, though. Anyway, oh, goodness gracious. I'm tired. I don't know. I shouldn't be tired.
Yeah, no, so I pull people in with the Republicans. Let's talk about fascism, and then I just pull it to 2025. I get them talking about Project 2025, see if they start agreeing, and fucking they do. They agree with it.
They agree with it?
We had a guy in there today, he was agreeing. He's like, yeah, we should lower the age of consent for marriage. Shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah. Come on, man.
Jeez Louise. Do they know, though, that if Project 2025 goes into effect and Medicare and Social Security goes away, they're going to be caring for their parents and grandparents? Like, if they think that this isn't going to affect them horribly, they're sadly mistaken. That's scary that they're this blind to it. Hello.
What's up, Philip?
Hello.
Philip.
Not a lot. How y'all doing?
Not too bad, thanks.
Doing good. What'd you say that got you pulled up, Philip?
Oh, I don't. I'm a Trump supporter, so y'all gonna hate me off the bat.
I don't hate you. I just don't know why you like fascism.
Don't understand you.
Because my belief is that Biden has all the people on his side. The FBI. That's why they're doing all this to Trump. It's weaponized.
Michael, open the door. If the FBI director
it's like your best friend. If your best friend, who cares? He was told to this dude was good, so he appointed him. Find out he's not that good.
Who are you talking about? The director of the FBI?
Whoever y'all were talking about that he appointed.
Well, I mean, I'm asking you. I was just asking you. How can Biden or the FBI be on the side of Biden if Trump's appointed
look at
the
all
director?
The stuff. He's on the side of Biden. He's a Democrat, and Trump's a Republican. They don't like Trump anyway. No other president has been put through what he's being put through.
To overthrow the country. That's the reason why he's being charged.
He didn't try to overthrow the country.
Yeah, he actually did.
No.
What was it that they went there for that day?
They went there just to protest that they didn't like the way the election went. Not the results, but the way it went.
Can we clarify who they was?
Late at night when Trump's winning, like big time, everything shuts down, and then wake up in the morning, and then Trump's losing.
Philip,
I can explain that to you. Can we explain that?
I don't want to hear the mail-in voters and all that crap.
Hey, Philip,
if that's what you're going to say, I don't want to hear that. That's bullshit.
I just want to clarify who they are, so that way when we further this conversation and who attacked the Capitol, you've already established who they are.
Okay,
so,
I'll agree. All right, but they didn't attack the Capitol. It was also, you're going to say conspiracy theories, but they had that shit set up. Nancy could have called in better security and all that. They wanted it to happen, so y'all can sit here and bitch about this shit and say what you're saying now.
We're already in the rabbit hole.
So who is it? Whose responsibility is it to call in the National Guard, Philip?
I already know you're going to say that dumb shit. I've already heard that before.
No, I'm asking you a question. I'd like an answer.
It's whose ever
Why are you just?
responsibility wants.
How come you just can't answer the question?
Why
can't you answer the question?
I'm trying to. If you'd be quiet, whoever thinks there's a threat, that's whose responsibility it is. If you think there's going to be a threat, then you call them. Not you personally, but anybody in the government.
Oh, good God!
So,
Boy.
Philip, I've got an idea, man. I think personally we should focus on dismantling the system from the top down, and we could start with maybe the policing system. What do you think?
Hey, I'm down with that. I'm down with that because
Cool.
I've had a lot of trouble with the cops myself. They ain't friendly.
Right, ACAB?
ACAB, we agree.
Oh, fuck, okay. Well, let's move on to universal health care. What do you think about universal health care?
What I've heard people say that from Canada, that it's not that great because then you can never see the doctor. The government gets to pick and choose, like if you get treated, like if it's a dying disease or whatever, or if they can save you, he ain't worth saving. We ain't wasting our money on that.
Okay, Philip, what we're asking for, do you know what collective bargaining is?
Somewhat.
Okay.
I'm not going to say
we want to be able to we want the ability to be able to go to the pharmaceutical companies, like with 350 million people strong, and say, this is what we're willing to pay for your medication. If you're not willing to sell it to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that's a bad idea?
Well, then lucky him, because that just makes the American people think he did a damn good job.
He left
but you can't tell me what he
over
did.
6%.
He what?
Our unemployment was over 6% when he left office.
Yeah, but inflation was 1.4%.
Okay, we knew that there was going to be inflation. That's not true at all. Oh, no, that's not true at all. No, it was over 2%.
Look it up then. No. And the only
things
reason
started going up.
He, how you say this here, he relaxed the laws for the oil companies. It wasn't as strict.
Can someone... Yeah, that was actually, by the way, the rules, just really quick. Can someone clip, like, the funny parts of this conversation over on Twitch, by the way? That'd be cool, because I could post this later. Which has been the entirety of it, but specifically the long pauses would be great. 2, those regulations actually saved oil companies. Like, the regulations Obama put into place, or Biden has put into place, is actually going to save oil companies money over time.
That's what you say. I don't believe a word you say on that.
I can pull it up for you. Yeah, no, I pull it up for you. So I can.
All right. Well, what about the $85 billion in weapons Biden left? Don't say Trump set it up, but he may have set it up, but he would have got it out.
I just have asked you for a very simple thing. Name one thing that Donald Trump did that was good.
I told you that. All right, the stocks, he had them soaring. My 401k grew.
What is one policy that he did? One policy he did. You don't know.
It's just a common thing with Trump supporters. They don't know much of anything as far as policy or what he did or what he didn't do. They just love the way Trump makes them feel. And that's really about what it boils down to. It's not about any factual information or any particular law. He just makes certain people feel all warm and fuzzy. Oh, he left.
Oof.
No, I'm not being condescending. I'm being real. That's most Trump supporters, Kevin. So, man,
find the source.
I wish it wasn't true, but it is true. Anyway. I daydreamed about my Class C all day today. I'm like, I can't wait. I'm thinking I'm going to maybe go buy it next spring.
I wanted to talk about politics, and he just wanted to talk about buttered sausage. It's true.
Let's talk about buttered sausage.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. You know that was an AI? And it fooled everyone.
I never told you guys this, but my dad looks just like Nick Nolte. Not the other one. Gary Busey and Nick Nolte. I used to always get them confused, but yeah, my dad looks like Nick Nolte.
That's cool.
Not really.
Two in the box.
I'm not looking forward to growing up to look like that. All leathery like that. No thanks. Yeah, I don't think they're debates.
Okay, are you debating or did you join? It's just leftist. So I think they joined on accident. And DJ, but I already debated DJ.
Shit, I gotta stop yawning. I can't quit yawning.
About they don't arrest oranges.
They feared the DJ. HVAC's here.
Anyway.
Fucking joy.
Katie, did you get my message?
Gary Busey's a national treasure.
HVAC looks like he's out of the Outsiders. Stay gold, pony boy.
Oh, yeah, the greasers.
Yeah, he tried to talk so much.
He's a greaser, not a social.
So much shit about my...
That's such a good movie. Gosh, I haven't seen that movie in decades. I should watch it. That's such a good movie. The Outsiders, for anybody who hasn't seen it. Oh, man. Stay golden.
No, it's stay gold. Stay gold, pony boy.
Stay gold, pony boy.
Yeah.
Stay gold, pony boy.
Ralph Macchio, he's all fucked up in the hospital. Stay gold, pony boy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, HVAC just looks like he's about to break out in a dance every time I see him. It looks like he's on one of those John...
man, listen.
Grease lightning.
HVAC, are you learning anything yet? I asked you this last time I talked to you. Are you learning anything? Are you listening and all these left-leaning lives that you're in, and like, do you go research stuff that you are told that you don't really believe and find out that they're true? I hope you're learning something.
We got a Canadian. This could be good or bad. You never know.
Anyways, if you guys want to support the channel... Oh, Whiskey on these debating. If you guys want to support the channel, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Would appreciate it. A fucked up day. I'll tell you some funny stuff about
he's not debating.
Jason here in a second. No, what's going on? Hello? Hello? Oh. Awful audio. Got to get rid of that. Because he is not guilty. There he is.
So what the kid over
He's 100% guilty.
Yeah.
I have Legos. So first things first, I woke him up from his nap, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, hey, time to get up." We'll get him all nice up, and he goes, "I'm gonna back up with him. Hey, booty!" Just like that, out of a dead sleep. Just calling me booty. Anyways, I was like,
"Your kid's dreaming about booty."
Like,
wait, what?
Booty? No, he was calling me a booty because I woke him up.
Oh.
He called me a booty because I woke him up.
That's pretty funny.
And then he tried to sleep. But he's half asleep when he was doing it. And then, so I went to Ross today, and I bought, if you guys want to go to Ross, now here's the thing. I'm opposed to the Christmas shit that's in the store, okay? I'm opposed to it. I don't like the Christmas shit that is in the store because it's not even Halloween yet, but they have it out. They've gotten rid of all the Halloween stuff. They're not bringing anything else in. And they got Christmas. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go with the Christmas stuff just in case there's something really cool. And I got a little mailbox. It's about this big. That's a Santa box mail thing. It's all painted red. It was like $15. I was like, okay, all right, I'll get it. It's worth having for the future.
When my son was that age, man, he was the happiest kid in the morning, and I have no idea where the hell he got it from. He'd be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. "Hey, Dad, what's going on?" No. Go back to bed. But then you got to get up with him. You know how it is.
Hey, can I get the Discord mods in the mod chat?
We got Care Bear in the request.
Hey, Care Bear. So apparently, I read a headline earlier today that Donald Trump said in court recently that he did not think he had to, support the Constitution as president. He didn't, what was the exact word? I thought it was support. But yeah.
Defend?
Hey guys.
He said that. Hey, what's up, Care Bear? How's it going?
Hey. Tommy, I'm so excited you got some Christmas stuff. I accidentally bought a Christmas tree today. So that was
accidentally.
I think you accidentally.
Because I did the thing where I was like, oh, I'll just hit purchase, and I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I needed another one. Sharon, you know what he said? He said that the president doesn't have the, what did he say? The president is not bound to actually follow the Constitution. They're only there to basically enforce it or something. I have to see his exact words.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact words either. I thought it was support, but I don't think that's the word. But yeah, he's just, man, he is something else. What a piece of work.
Did you see tonight? He slurred through. I think they've switched out his normal concoction with Xanax, but he slurred through his speech tonight and attacked Israel, but also said that praised Hezbollah.
Calling
This
it
guy makes
hummus.
no goddamn sense.
He kept calling it hummus by hummus. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
You guys heard what I read yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I got a debate, but remind me when we get done here to read you the George Washington quote.
It was the word was support. Trump tells the court he had no duty to support the Constitution as president, even though it says it in the oath that he takes when he takes. Oh, Jesus Christ! What a maroon.
Buddy, what's your favorite elephant? Trump going to prison?
He'd never spend a day in prison.
Why do you think that? Do you think he could? Well, let's start here. Do you think he committed the crime?
No, he didn't.
91 of them? So even the one that he admitted to on tape?
He never admitted anything.
He did, though.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. So he said that I could have declassified documents, but I didn't. And these were ones that he still was in retention of and was showing off to people without security clearances.
He declassified documents at Mar-a-Lago. He put them in a whatever part of the house that he had, and the FBI said you need to put 2 locks on there. So he did that, and then they came and invaded him because Biden had got in there and said, "Go get somebody."
So why is there no record of him declassifying those documents?
He ain't got to have a record. Why did he say that he didn't? He can think about declassifying it, and it's declassified.
But he said that the paper wasn't declassified, though.
Yeah, exactly. He can. He's a president.
The paper that he showed off, those. Jesus. Here, I'll pull up the actual audio real quick.
I don't need the audio.
Yeah, so he actually said. Okay, so he actually stated that he didn't declassify it.
He declassified everything that he ever wanted to declassify.
Okay, so he was told he didn't declassify it though. He admitted to it on audio tape.
It don't matter.
So you're gonna lie? You're gonna say you're gonna call Trump a liar now? Wait, so hold on. Trump's a liar then?
What are you talking about?
Donald Trump stated that he did not declassify that data, that document.
The day that they raided him at Mar-a-Lago and the FBI raided him, he said, "I've declassified everything. I did it 2 weeks ago. It's done." And then they still raid his house.
Okay, so he does not have the ability just to declassify whatever he wants by thinking.
Yeah, he does. He's a fucking president. He's a freaking president.
Doesn't matter.
No, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Joe Biden can't declassify documents when he's a vice president. Yeah, I agree with that.
He didn't.
He did.
He didn't declassify documents. Right here. This is from the indictment, but that's the audio that she was showing. In July 2021 at Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, the Bedminster Club, during an audio recorded meeting with a writer, a publisher, and 2 members of his staff, none of whom possessed a security clearance, Trump showed and described a, quote, plan of attack that Trump said was prepared for him by the Department of Justice or the Department of Defense and a senior military official. Trump told the individuals that the plan was, quote, highly confidential and secret. Trump also said, quote, as president, I could have declassified it, and now I can't, you know, but this is still a secret.
So who's that from?
Trump.
That's his actual words that was recorded.
But what writer said that?
Nobody said it. It's recorded. She had
he's not going to write his own journal, so somebody had to write that.
He said,
I heard nothing in the audio that said anything.
He said it after this was released. He was interviewed and he doubled down and said yes. His words.
On audio. You can't get away from the fact that he said it out of his own baseball bammer. You have to accept that fact. He said that he could have declassified it, but he did not. He can't now. You have to accept that as fact.
He declassified it, brother.
Hey, before we can move any further, you have to accept that as fact.
I mean, I heard one audio
I literally
I could not understand. And
okay, I'll play it. It's fine. It's fine. Trump documents audio.
I mean, it's a shame y'all can't hear it. I got it right here. Are you going to play it?
Well, with Millie, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came out. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Before Disney. Well, with Millie, let me see that. I'll show you an example.
Hold on, I'm going to pull this one out. Before Disney.
This morning, ABC had not the potential candidates were in houses trailing Trump. The lead is getting lawyers caught, not seizing more. But this morning, ABC
Where the fuck
News.
is the audio? 1 second.
I'm waiting, bro.
Problem is I can't skip through fucking
and to former President Trump.
Give it with people who did not. That I wanted to attack. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. We looked at him. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. pages long.
Trump making it clear the information is sensitive.
It is like highly confidential. Secret. It's a secret information. Look at this.
Special counsel's indictment includes a part.
I think I proved my point.
As
president, I could have declared. Now I could have declared.
He left.
As president,
He's gone.
Now I can't.
He left.
Now we have a problem. Isn't that interesting? It's so
Right before you said that.
Former president.
We've got two, 3 more.
Fucking played it.
2 more at least.
It's right here.
Classified.
As president, I could have declared. Now I can't. But
That didn't go well. If you're debating, hop in the box. If you're not, please hop out. Would appreciate it.
It's just I made my point and left right before he was proven wrong.
Yeah, what a
I know, literally right before he was proven wrong. They're just like live in delusion land. He said he had the documents. It's not arguable. I don't know what the fuck his defense is even going to be. High. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
Hey, I'm not debating, but if they were declassified, why did Judge Cannon say they have to be viewed in a secure location?
Ah, good point.
It's true.
And when did he actually have a skiff, or when did he ever turn Mar-a-Lago into a skiff by locking it up or not? Or did he just say that he did it and then the photos proved otherwise? Does anyone know? Because that's the talking point the right says, and I'm not sure I know if that ever
he
occurred.
locked it up. It had to do with there was documents, and the DOJ at that point was already very concerned that he was lying, and they knew he was lying, but they couldn't prove it. So they told him, they gave him instructions on how to deal with the documents that he was in possession of, because he hadn't accounted for him. So, but I don't remember the exact argument to that degree, but I remember it has something to do with that. Anyways, I do have a debate. I
didn't think that there was, hey, take care, Teresa. Thanks for, nice seeing you. Take care. We're going to try to get a debate up in here.
Oh, fuck. Tavia.
Yeah, I don't think that there ever was one.
No, there wasn't one because he wanted to use it as a delay tactic to have one built so his attorneys could look at documents. So they were going to build a skiff in Florida, and he tried to get the judge to grant that. Basically, it was a delay tactic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, if you're debating, hop in the box. If you're not, please hop out. Tavia joined. Tavia Lee.
978 people in here. Somebody hop in.
If you guys want to support the channel, there is a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Alternatively, you can join the Patreon. You can sub on here. If you guys want to support, though, I'd appreciate it. That way, you don't have to start doing, NPC lives. Donald Trump,
1,000 people
lives.
in here.
It's true.
If all you tap that screen 100 times,
there's 1,000 people in here.
Share the live. That'd be like 2.2 billion likes and shares, guys. Let's fucking go.
2.2 billion.
Ah, there's Tavia.
I'm horrible at math.
$30 to kick someone, by the way.
Oh, Lordy.
Would appreciate it. There is a pool, too. There is a kick pool, by the way, which you may need for this next one. Hi, Tavia.
I'm really safe tonight, I promise. I was just trying to come on and ask, can we speak about current events? Like, not the past and what somebody's already done, and we just...
Isn't Trump currently under indictment, though? Like,
that's not affecting my paycheck. I'm worried about the illegal immigrants that are coming through.
How are they affecting your paycheck?
Huh?
How are they affecting your paycheck?
I don't know. The protests. All right, let me get to one point. The protests in New York City, where they are going with the Palestinians, and that they're okay when Palestinians in New York City who are not in hijab and speaking freely, stating that they're going to back them up, do they not understand that
hey, Tommy,
if they were in that country, they wouldn't be able to speak?
Remember what I said in the chat earlier about Muslim hate being on the rise?
I don't have hate for anyone. I'm talking about what they did in New York City. I am not. I am not putting any hate towards anyone. I am
so,
speaking
but
about
let me.
current events.
But here's the thing: you are perfectly fine with the free speech argument when people that you agree with talk about civil war, talk about attacking, talk about like the white.
How do you know what I'm okay with?
Because I've talked to you before.
Okay. So it's 3-1.
I mean, because I've talked to you before. So, I mean, we have a whole thing about free speech. Now, I don't agree with anything that they were talking about. So, I mean, we can have common ground in that where I do not agree with what those people were stating. However, that is what our First Amendment rights, right? Like,
but how can you be protesting for a country that
can I
kills
answer
people
this real
that
quick?
don't believe in what you believe? Like, so all right, so you're telling me the LGBTQ guy.
Stop. Hold on.
No. I'm going to finish the statement, and then I will let you
please.
talk.
You're attacking another marginalized community. You are literally attacking the third marginalized community in their sentence.
I'm not attacking
and I'd like
them.
for you to stop.
They are going for. They're like wanting to speak on people. If they were in that country, LGBTQ people, if they were in that country, they would be killed. But they want to back them up. To me, that's just, it doesn't make sense. Like,
but you're not part of that community, so you don't need to make it. And the LGBTQ community are in danger in this country as well. So, I mean, are you stating that?
What?
What?
We don't go off and kill people.
What?
You're just weaponizing
Not yet.
it.
Matthew Shepard? Yeah, what?
What? We don't?
Q nightclub?
Matthew Shepard?
Right, true.
Nightclub?
Pulse nightclub? Shall we continue?
How does this affect your paycheck? I'm confused.
I personally have an Israeli Jew that works for me that can't get in touch with people and that have lost friends. And so this is near and dear to my heart.
So you realize Hamas is not Palestine, like MAGA is not America, right, Tavia?
All right, we're not gonna.
No. You understand that Hamas is not. Excuse me. You understand, Tavia. You understand that Hamas is not. Tavia, stop talking. Tavia, stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. Tavia. You realize Hamas is not Palestine in the same way MAGA is not America, right?
Agreed.
Okay, so let's stop talking about Palestine as if it should be, there's too many people on the right who just think we should just turn it into a parking lot. And I think over half of the country, of the population of Palestine are 18 years and younger. So
actually,
we need to stop
14 years
having
and
that.
younger. Yeah.
Well, yeah, in the Gaza Strip, it's just a sick take, and I really, really hope that that you don't go on to start blaming Biden for all the shit that's going on there. This conflict has been going on like forever, right? This isn't new.
Correct, biblical times.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Right. So let's not make it a political jab, left or right.
But when you send $6 billion, I don't know.
That's not what it was sent for.
We didn't.
Good Lord.
But we didn't. We didn't send. First of all, Tavia, I will pronounce your name correctly, and I will do it. I will do it as I tell you that the leader of Hamas actually was interviewed today and has stated that this attack has been in the works for 2 fucking years. So you tell me, do you really think that the $6 billion that everybody knows has not 1 cent has been spent 3 weeks ago contribute to an attack that the actual leader has stated was in the works for 2 fucking years?
I would suggest you change your media source immediately, Tavia. Sorry, I didn't mean to pronounce your name wrong. But
Crickets.
Yeah, I don't know where you.
So what's
she
the
just
next
went
talking
left.
point? And again,
She's gone.
how does it affect your paycheck, dumbass?
Well, we got 3 more.
not debating. I'm going to clear the box. If you're debating, hop in the box. If you are not, please hop out. Would appreciate it. There's a bunch of people that they all follow me. I don't know who's debating, who's not. If you're debating, hop in the box. If you're not, please hop out. Hey, Dennis. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dennis. That's awesome. Party. Nice. Oh.
No.
Appreciate it, Dennis.
And she's back.
Should we go with the cauldrons today, or should we go with the... We'll go with the cauldrons, because I'm going as Donald Trump. I'm always cooking up bullshit. Sure.
Those witches were scaring the jeebers
from the standpoint of cooking up bullshit.
But why do y'all sit here and waste your time talking about the past, and let's talk about current events?
Trump is currently under indictment.
Well, because here.
But okay, let it go.
Okay. Jessica, I appreciate it. Thank you. This is why. But this is why. Because you guys have not come to the same reality that we have. You guys have gone off into Candyland where you're... I don't even know where the fuck you guys are at half the time. But you're off in the middle of nowhere and you're just not in reality. And we're trying to solve very real problems, and you guys are over here like, trans people bad. Migrants that don't affect me. That's why.
Can I answer that question? Can I answer that question? Can I answer it?
Yeah, sure.
Because he has been charged, as you can see with the current events right now, and how important it is that we have a leader that understands that not only our nation's secrets and documents are important, but also that our allies and that nations around the world, that their documents and their secrets can be trusted. So if you don't think that it is important for us to talk about the President of the United States, who is being charged with mishandling documents so secretive that... let me finish.
Past president. Wait, you just said president.
Tavia. There was a... Jack Smith went to court this week and has stated that there are documents that were not previously included in the indictment because they were so secretive. They were not able to be. But they are willing and able to prove that not only they know he mishandled it, but they can say why. And we really have to look at, in 2017, it was reported that he gave Israeli secrets to Putin. That is important in today's conversation that we are having. We have to understand and know that the President of the United States, someone who is running to be President of the United States, can be trusted to lead a country and can deal with the events of the world. If you can't open up your horizon and see that this is all...
If you can't listen to the oh God, preach or President Biden's statement.
Asinine. Appreciate the Cash App. Thank you. Sorry.
If I can't listen to what
Tavia, a while ago.
Tavia, I literally just said to
Asinine,
you,
appreciate the Cash App. Thank you.
I literally just said to you, when you tried to spew up the ridiculous talking point that somehow this attack was planned in 3 weeks, given $6 billion of which not 1 cent has been talked about, and you want to lecture me about where I get who I'm listening to.
Ma'am, I'm not lecturing.
No, I'm not a ma'am. My name is
I didn't
Sarah.
ask you who you were listening to. I didn't say any of that.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so what exactly is your point? Because you jumped in here talking about, I want to talk about current events and what's affecting my paycheck. So do you care about your paycheck, or do you care about the people in the Middle East?
What I'm saying is what affects American citizens day in and day out. I don't...
You don't care. You know, you just said it. You just said it right there.
No, I said I don't see. No, I didn't. Do not put words in my mouth. I did not say that.
Okay. You started this chat and you said, I want to talk about my paycheck.
No, I said current events.
And then my paycheck.
No, what affects American people and how they feel. When I say paycheck, how I feed my family. You're right. Okay. So if we're on the verge of World War III, then I need to speak about how I'm going to feed my fucking family.
Okay.
So how is that not relevant?
Okay. So I agree with you. I think we all would like to be able to feed our families. Okay.
Okay. Tell me why migrants get $2,000 a month and my
and again, so
my
now
father
we're just
gets
going off into
16.
La La Land. Now we're just going off into.
Why are we going into La La Land? No, that's
because you're bringing us there.
You need to change your media source, Tavia. Your media source is shit because it's just telling you a bunch of stuff that is lacking a lot of context.
Really me.
Tavia, what the fuck ever? Just deal with it.
It is nice.
Fuck off. Just deal with it.
Simply misunderstood.
Tavia, I do have a question for you.
Oh yes, you're so oppressed, Tavia.
I have a question for you. So, do you know how many cases when Trump left office? How many cases were in the immigration courts because they were so backlogged? Do you know the answer to that question?
I do not.
Okay. If you were to guess, what do you think? How many immigrants? Because he claimed he closed the borders, right? He had fixed everything, correct?
Have you seen the videos of the drugged kids? Hold on,
I asked you a question.
Have you seen the videos of the drug kids coming across the border? They drug the kids to come across the border so that they can just
I
walk
asked
them
you
through.
A question. I asked you a question. Since you don't want to answer,
you can go ahead and get rid of me, Tommy. I know y'all
it's
can handle me much more.
1.2 million.
I'm annoying.
It's 1.2 million.
You said
Tony Polisi here. We just have one thing. Okay, give me an 86th. You got to go, Dennis. Can we get some dubs for
Dennis? That's fine, Tommy. I'll go ahead and get on out.
I'll kick anybody for meatball sub.
Bye, Tavia.
Did you want to end up?
Y'all have a great evening.
Did you want to finish off on? Okay, well, I'm done with it now. Never mind. Go away. Okay.
Tell me likey. Tell me what wingy.
Tom, I've joined your.
Dennis, appreciate the Venmo. Thank you, Dennis.
Both times.
Thank you, Dennis. That was. She's insufferable.
She's probably following you around.
If she's still listening, hey Tavia, if you're still listening, go change your media source, okay?
Seriously.
I'll pronounce your name correctly when you start coming in here with some factual information. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to call you Tavia.
To the 1,100 people, here's the fact check on that. The Biden administration is giving people who enter the United States illegally per payments of $2,200 per month. AP's assessment, this is false. People who enter the U.S. illegally are not eligible for federal cash assistance, with the exception of certain Cubans and Haitians. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I mean, yeah.
I just think it's important that when people say misinformation, we try to combat that shit.
Thank you for the coins.
Yeah, thanks for the coins.
I wonder who is making the claim? Who in right wing media is spewing that bullshit that they're getting $2,000? I got an AP article up here real quick. Let me look at it and see if I can see where they're who's saying it.
Well, there's probably some faction of truth to it, like maybe a select few people were getting something for a short amount of time.
Oh, for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the people that are they're people that come here legally. They're like refugee status. They need money to live and survive, and so
the gifts, guys. You guys are awesome.
Time to find.
So yeah, 1,100 people. Let's do that again. More taps, more shares. Let's go.
The agency gets $2,000. The people only get $1,200. Oh, and it's just a one-time payment.
Are these people?
Yeah, I think there's one where you get $600 a week as a refugee, but that's not very much money. And that's done by the law. That's not done by Biden.
I think we got it.
Anyway,
yeah.
Can we get some coin? Oh no, they're not debating. It's an accident. If you guys want to just debate one person, that's totally cool. Everybody else can be silent. You can debate one person. Hop in here. It's totally fine.
Yeah, don't pick.
Oh, I'm shocked. Tucker Carlson pushed the lie. Also.
Did you guys see that?
I'm actually shocked.
That
no.
What's his face from the Young Turks announced his candidacy tonight?
Who?
Jenk.
Oh, Cenk Uygur?
Cenk did?
Yeah.
No, I missed that.
He's running as an independent, or?
He's running to primary.
Biden?
Yeah, even though he's a naturalized citizen, he's not a U.S. citizen, so technically he's not.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Well, yeah. Oh, I didn't either.
He's saying that the Supreme Court basically ruled.
Waste of our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a joke. He was on Pac-Man the other night. He had watched the debate with him and Pac-Man, and he wasn't hinting at that. He was just saying that I guess he thought it would be irresponsible to vote for Biden. It was pretty much his point.
He said that his goal was to poll at 25%, and that way he could convince Biden to drop out, and then another Democrat would be able to step in. That's what he said his goal was.
He kept pushing.
Yeah, he has no possible chance. Listen,
there's no way he's going to get 25%.
I get it. Joe Biden is not particularly the most popular president, etc. Gas prices are coming down. Grocery prices are coming down. The cost of living is coming down. It's getting better for people. It's going to take time, but ultimately you have Trump that is going to fucking either drop out or go to prison. You have Joe Biden that is beating Trump at 4 of the 6 swing states. He has a potential to flip another state. He only needs to win 2 of them. So, it's closer than I would definitely like, but this idea that somehow Joe Biden is hopeless is like, I think if anything, it makes way more plausible that, it's way more plausible that Trump loses. Way more plausible. That's where my money is. I put it at about 80%. Obviously, we don't have a lot of really good polls, but the polling we do have shows. And Democrats continue to beat the polls. They have since 2020. Significantly.
Whoa, Justin.
This year, the special...
The president.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's my favorite. Well, it's not favorite. Okay, there. I mean, it's not my favorite, but the favorite part comes where, he's a bet. Damn, that's going to suck. Anyways, if you guys want to screenshot that, screenshot him, screenshot his picture.
Bro, I'm not even sorry for what's about to happen to you.
I don't know.
FBI, open up.
I don't know. Anyways, if you guys want to report it to the FBI, I don't know what's going to happen, but if you guys want to report it to the FBI, they will actually reach back out to you, the Secret Service will, for the screenshots, to which you can give to them, and then they will go ahead and knock on his door. So... anyways, best of luck. If you find his information, it makes it easier for them, but if you guys want to set it off, it takes about 2 minutes. I've had probably 3 or 4 different people actually message me back personally with the information the Secret Service reached out to them. I've been reached out to by the Secret Service for reporting them.
It's going to suck.
Way to put your real name there, too, there, buddy.
Everything he put into the military, all his VA, all that, gone. That sucks for you, Joe.
Yeah,
not really.
It's not good.
I mean, I don't even care, but damn.
Oh man, he's not a vet. Of course not. What the hell?
I have a theory anyway. I have a theory that is somewhat based in a little bit of fact. GOP donors are courting what's his face from Virginia. He has been in secret meetings with donors because I don't think they really feel like Trump is going to make it through. Like, we all think that he could be indicted probably, or I'm sorry, actually sentenced by that time. Youngkin, thank you. Youngkin with, what's her face, Sanders from Arkansas as his running mate. And she has not endorsed Trump yet.
Sarah Huckabee as the freaking vice president?
I think...
Yeah. Yep.
No, I don't think she's
I'm not saying
I think Andy Bashir would be a really good option.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to try do to get the MAGA supporters, because she did work in his White House.
Well, listen.
What's up, Mary?
I think Andy Bashir would be a good option later on, maybe in years from now. He's pretty progressive. And he's in fucking Kentucky. He's like hugely favorable in Kentucky. So he's a shoo-in to win the presidency there. Which would, yeah. Anyway. Hi, Mary. Hello.
Mary, Mary, why you bugging?
Do I think orange suit or house arrest is like, I think it's on accident, as independently as I can tell you, is like without having any sort of, as best of least of bias as I can, trying to be as conservative as I possibly can and not be emotional about it, just rational about the situation. And I have been on the side that he was not going to be indicted and he was not going to be arrested. And if he was, it would be a house arrest. I'm the opposite now. I think he's going to prison. Pretty positive. Hi, what's going on? What are we debating here?
Hello.
What's up? What's popping?
I can't tell if this channel is satire or not.
Yeah, man. One big fucking joke. What do you think? Is it funny?
91 felonies is funny. It's nice.
91 made up felonies.
Made up felonies that he admitted to? That's weird. Why would he admit to? Why would he admit to?
How would grand juries? How would grand juries vote? All vote to indict based on the evidence they were given if it was all made up.
How do you get 91 charges when you're running for president? All of a sudden,
impressive, right? It's really impressive.
He was a criminal. Committing crimes.
Listen, yeah, that's kind of wild. He needs to stop breaking the law. That's what he needs to stop.
Tell me what he did.
What he did in what case?
Tell me anything that he did wrong.
Okay, well, I can give you all the cases, but I guess the simplest one to explain to people is the documents case is 18 U.S.C. 1924, which is retention of national security documents. Intent to take and retain national security documents.
Didn't Biden do the same thing?
No. And if Biden did do the same thing, then Donald Trump, if you think that Biden did the same thing, Donald Trump broke the law too, right?
No, you're talking about a piece of paper that they found that is supposedly.
Well, you said that Joe Biden. But you said that Joe Biden did the same thing, and you think what Joe Biden did is illegal. So that means that what Donald Trump did was illegal.
No, I mean, nobody. But nobody cares that Biden did it. That's what I don't understand.
So is it illegal that Donald Trump did it? That's what we're talking about.
Well, here's what happens. You guys are afraid that Trump's going to win, so you're trying to lock him up, period.
How did we make him to admit to breaking the law on audio?
What did he admit? Why is he not in jail if he admitted something?
Because he's being.
He has to go through trial.
You can't just.
You have to go through a trial process.
You have to go through a trial.
The only reason he's on trial is because he is running for president, and the liberals, Democrats,
can you address
are afraid
that, bro?
he's going to win.
Why would he admit to committing a crime? How did the liberals get him to admit to committing a crime on audio tape?
Why did Biden leave all the weapons?
Come on, man. Answer the question. Stop deflecting. Good Lord.
Are you satire, bro? Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Maybe if we just take turns asking the same fucking question.
The whole world is going to shit, and all y'all want to do is put Trump in prison.
Man? Can we stay on
Orange
topic?
Man bad. Orange Man bad.
You're just
Trump
delusional.
Admitted to breaking the law on audio tape.
Okay. So then why is he not in prison?
Because he has to go through the trial process. I've explained that to you twice now. I don't want to have to do it again.
Look, if Trump goes to prison, I'll mail you my left nut.
I don't.
Oh, that would be worth.
Weird. What am I gonna do with that?
It's fucking weird. Are you
hanging on your rearview mirror, man?
I'd put it down in the garbage disposal.
Why would you do that for no? But
this is a
weird thing to say. Why do you like? You know he doesn't give a shit about you or any of us, right?
You made my butthole pucker up.
Well, look, I mean, y'all, I don't understand.
Listen,
why
I
y'all
broke the
love
law.
Biden
I
so
did it
much.
lots of times. 91 to be in fact. There's actually probably going to be more coming. And nobody broke the law better than I did from the standpoint of breaking the law. It's true. It's true.
All right, let me say this.
Good one. Clip that. No pun intended.
I don't understand. I don't understand why you guys love Biden so much. I mean, he obviously don't even know where he is.
Listen, he knows where he is. It's in the White House where Trump's
don't know where he is. Trump will know where he is. He's got dementia.
Listen. Donald Trump broke the law. That's what we're talking about. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So
we can't talk about anything else.
Well, we can, but you're not. You're just deflecting from what I'm bringing up by bringing up irrelevant stuff.
No,
Donald
I'm
Trump
not deflecting.
broke the law. Donald Trump took documents, retained the documents, refused to turn them over. Was told that if he didn't return over the documents, that he would be in trouble. That he would be breaking the law. They kicked the door in. They found the documents. They have audio tape that says he knew that they weren't declassified and knew that they were still state secrets, and he showed them off to people anyways. It doesn't get any more conclusive than that.
Okay.
This guy took. Do you understand all the stuff that's coming out? This guy took documents and told fucking Russia about our fucking secrets. He literally told a billionaire. This is true. He literally told a billionaire, a cardboard billionaire of all people, that he was how close our submarines could get to Russian subs. Because he thought that this guy somehow was going to be able to broker a deal to buy our fucking subs out of Australia. And he has nothing to do with it.
Trump kept Russia in check when he was in office. Do you think Putin was afraid of Biden?
No wonder they didn't act.
Do you think Russia's afraid of Biden?
No one. Yes, I do. No wonder
nobody's afraid of Biden.
He kept giving up. Why would they want him to be out? Why would they go against Donald Trump? Of course they would want to appease him.
Because he's not a politician.
All of our state secrets. He gave Russia all of our state secrets. He's doing everything that Russia wanted him to do. Why? I don't know. That's the question. Why would he do that?
That's wrong. You're wrong.
Why would he do that?
You're wrong.
Here's the thing, man.
Trump kept Russia in check. Biden, Russia is not afraid of Biden at all. Would you be afraid of?
Listen, awesome, mute. Thanks. Awesome, cool. You're gonna stay muted for a second. Awesome, thank you. You can say that Russia is not afraid of Joe Biden all the fuck you want, okay? You can say that Joe Biden, you can say this, Donald Trump kept Russia in check. And you know what Joe Biden did to Russia? He destroyed their fucking military. So I think that supersedes the fact that, oh God, they wouldn't, He gave them all of our fucking documents. He gave Russia everything they want because he's a fucking pushover. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Joe Biden came in, destroyed their fucking military. Putin would very clearly want Donald Trump in office right now. 100%. Not even a question. Why the fuck would Putin want to go back and backlash against Trump? He's getting all the information that he wants from him. The fuck?
Yeah, and they're absolutely right. He tells secrets on accident. He doesn't realize what the fuck he's saying when he's bragging, and he just tells people shit that they don't need to know.
Dude, I sent you the mute and request. Fucking Jesus. Fucking.
Army is what? I mean, how much of their army has been desecrated since this war started, Tommy?
It's over 40%.
Yeah.
So there's been 12,000 vehicles that are, or support vehicles, and there has been somewhere between 4 and 4,500 tanks. He just left. It's been somewhere between 4 and 4,500 tanks. But of their heavy armor core has been 40% of their military or more, and that was as of like 6 months ago. So I don't know what the numbers are now, but the estimates are 40% or higher.
Yeah, I think I read, something close to like 50%. And we have not, and that's without any United States soldiers' boots on the ground. So
And this guy's got an interesting bio.
Tommy is a little boy. That'd be illegal for what I'm doing to your mom then. Hi, how's it going?
What's going on, Law?
Living the dream, you guys.
Sorry.
Say, man, life is good. You've got an interesting bio, so you're EMT and law enforcement, huh?
Currently a public defender. I maintain my EMT license. I do some volunteer search and rescue and former law enforcement.
Dope.
Triple threat.
Yeah, I was hoping that the last guy would come up there because I just wanted to talk about the differences between Biden and the elements that are needed to prove Trump guilty in the Florida documents case. Every time he goes out and speaks in public, he confesses to all of the elements that are needed to convict him. So I just find it fascinating.
I know. He was on Fox News and he told her, "Oh, I didn't know it was illegal." Stop talking. Stop talking.
There's a reason why he bleeds through his attorneys. But I mean, obviously you guys all know this, so I'm preaching to the choir here, but the main element there is the willful retention. Counts 1 through 32 are 18 U.S. Code 793, which is gathering and transmitting national defense information. And oddly enough, the word classified doesn't appear once in that entire section of law because the classification status is irrelevant. So whether or not he classified them, declassified them with his mind, it doesn't matter. All that matters is it national defense information? And the big difference is the willful retention. That's the subsection E, which he's being charged with. And you can't say that somebody who discovers a document, volunteers the information that they have it, and turns it over willfully retained it. It's kind of exactly the opposite.
Yeah. I am curious, because about the case in Georgia, do you know anything about RICO? I know that RICO is very specific, and they usually are experts at prosecuted. But you think they're going to have an issue with proving criminal enterprise?
Yeah, there's a big difference between national RICO, which, federal RICO, which is what you're probably thinking of with, organized crime and Rudy Giuliani. How serendipitous is that? Doing all those RICO prosecutions. There's a big difference between that. Georgia RICO is incredibly broad. It's essentially 2 or more acts with 3 or more people. So if you have 3 people who do 2 or more acts in the furtherance of a crime, it's RICO. And they've even done RICO. I'm sorry, it's late. I got that backwards. It's 2 people with 3 or more acts. I apologize. There was a case that was RICO'd in Georgia of court reporters who were, they're privately contracted, and they increased the font and they increased the margins on their documents because the more pages you get, the more money you get paid. And so it was this conspiracy that they were all doing together to try to increase their paychecks, and they got brought up on RICO charges. So it doesn't take a whole lot to get to trigger RICO in Georgia at the state level. It's a very different thing. They don't have to prove a criminal enterprise like they do at the federal level. All they have to do is prove that there was a conspiracy between multiple people, and there were multiple steps to achieve that conspiracy.
Oh. Yeah, I'm interested because that's the one thing that, I don't know enough about it. The evidence isn't out yet, but it seems pretty conclusive. I think so this happened yesterday, by the way. Jack Smith asked, because so Donald Trump's defense is basically going to be that he got bad advice from his attorneys in the document. I think in the documents case specifically, or I can't remember which one it was. Anyway,
I think that'll be the DC and the Georgia case, I think.
Okay, so that was So yeah, he asked, basically saying that he got bad counsel, which is like a bad thing because he claimed the other day that he was the ringleader behind it. So I don't know. Anyways, he's claiming bad counsel, despite the fact that they advised him that it was, that he was probably breaking the law, like Bill Barr did that. And so now Jack Smith is like, well, if that's going to be his argument, we need more text messages, communications between them, which I guess kind of puts him. Hi, how's it going, Kyle? Guess kind of puts him in a weird predicament.
Yeah,
because like if there is, because I am willing to bet that the text messages between them don't get any better. You know,
and that's where I think it's going to be really hard, is because if you do try to use as advice of counsel as a defense, you have to turn over all of your communications with your attorney. You waive any attorney-client privilege because you're basically saying that your attorney committed the crime. So if you're going to do that, you have to turn over all of your communications. And where I think Donald Trump's in trouble with this is, even just trying to take an objective view at it, is yes, he did have lawyers who were telling him what he was doing was okay, but he also did plug his fingers in his ears and stick his head in the sand to everybody else who was telling him that this wasn't okay. And you can't really do that. You can't sit there and cherry pick the attorneys who you want to follow and ignore the other ones and then say that it was just purely on bad advice that you acted the way that you did.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Kyle, but I feel like I'm in over my head with this conversation. What do you think?
It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. This is the gist of it. He basically, they said, we're going to overthrow the election of Georgia. And then they did a bunch of very obvious things, even admitting that that's what they were doing publicly. So they're all going to be.
Why wouldn't he be charged with federal RICO?
Federal RICO is really hard to prove. You have to essentially prove that you created a criminal enterprise, and the sole purpose of that enterprise was to commit crimes. It's almost never RICO. Like when you see it at the federal level, in order to be RICO, you have to essentially have like a Sopranos type operation where the organization solely exists to commit crimes.
I see.
They probably thought that, even though I truly believe that he did all that, but it's just not needed because he has committed just about every other crime, that is going to keep the Department of Justice plenty busy. And they're going to do the things that they know for a fact they can get him on.
Well, that's right. The Department of Justice has a standing policy that you only charge the crimes which you think you can get a conviction. So if it's thin, if you're not sure, that's why they have. Everybody says they have like a 97% conviction rate. That's only if you include like plea deals, which a lot of times are pretty coercive against people of really low economic means. But even when they take them to trial, their success rate is in the low to mid 80s, which is nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, I want to play those odds 20%.
I am. So I do want to. I went to school for criminal justice. It's been a minute since I was there, and so like having to go back and try and figure out like how to explain to people how intent is formulated has been an issue.
Yeah. The intent is, it separates from, you're thinking of mens rea. If you had a criminal justice background, you've got a guilty mindset. Yeah. So that's you're thinking about doing something, bad, but we don't really criminalize thoughts. What we do is criminalize you taking a step to achieve that bad thing that you were thinking. And that's what's going on here. Is that's the intent is you had a bad thought and you did something to try to bring that bad thought into reality.
It's been difficult explaining it. Kyle, what's up? I just want to see what Kyle's debating here. Hello, Kyle. Okay.
He's chirping away in the comments.
Maybe
He's been chatting so much. Yeah.
He fell asleep.
I'm here, and that guy's smarter than me.
So he was right. I was right. He was out of his league.
I don't think it's.
At least.
I think that 99, well, probably 95% of the time, people don't want to get it. Most of the time, people don't want to get it, and that's simply because
Kyle, so I got to give you props on two things. One, you've been very respectful and not over talking. A lot of people come in here and they just start yelling. Two, it takes a lot for somebody to recognize that somebody else is smarter than them and not just like go in there and be like really wrong and really loud about it. Thanks, I guess.
It is unusual to see.
Oh, what do we got? That is what it is.
Goodness gracious, a lot of people in here.
Might prove my point now.
Hold on. Kyle, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle, are you debating?
Oh, no, I'm not Kyle.
Okay, hold on one second.
Kyle!
Your audio's an issue. Let me check with Kyle.
What?
Kyle.
You don't hear me?
Oh,
now we do.
Now we do. What is
you hear me now?
Kyle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know video or whatever it was, but that's fine. That guy's way more educated than me, and he has very good points where it's the documentation of the documents with the points and how it has to be. That is more educated in how we should follow this process than what most people do is where they argue because they want to argue. And that's why I stepped away and I didn't want to jump in because I take that guy's point and it doesn't matter to me. And I'll say this right now. I've voted ever since I've been 18 years old and I'm 40. I've never voted for the right president. So I've been like switch-swatched my whole life. And in the end, I like to take other people's opinions and get the right thing. So for me, over talking it, and I maybe said something that offended someone before in the comments, that's not the idea and that's not the way it is. It's to be better for all of us moving forward.
That last guy was definitely a debate. I'm inviting him back up.
Okay. Well, Dark Law, appreciate it. I don't know if he popped out, but appreciate you coming in here and explaining
it. He's voting for Trump in 2024, he said in the comments.
Okay, I think Dark Law popped out. All right, Kyle, appreciate it. This guy's audio is really bad. Okay. All right, Kyle, are we debating anything else? I don't know what happened to Dark Law, but...
I don't know, but I'm following that guy. He was smart.
Mm-hmm. So, Kyle, do you think that Trump committed the crimes that he's being charged with?
And I'll respond to, can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's audio is not very good though.
To me, if you're gonna charge Trump for doing the crimes, it's political. It's politically driven. It's an eye for an eye, and then you have to go after every politician for every crime they've ever done, and that's way too deep. And I think that's a bad path to go down. So we can go back to like former presidents, former, chief of staff, whatever. It doesn't matter. I think that's a bad path to go down. And it's better to move forward for our country, for the kids, and to move forward for like the people that need it.
So
that's the weirdest argument I've ever heard.
Yeah. But just using that argument, Kyle, so if we're going to make a rule or a law that if you're running for president, you cannot be charged with crimes, then why would we all just not go on crime sprees and then announce our candidacy for president?
You would have to get the vote by every individual person that you would get, and that would be on you.
What?
If you're going to do the crime sprees, you're going to have to take the charges and you're going to have to get the votes for every individual person that would vote for you, just like anyone else that goes for a candidate for your president.
Okay.
And we're no different. We're no different.
Okay. So I'm glad you said that. So if these investigations were in the works, a year or two before he announced his candidacy, then how do you rectify that how do you state that this is political when the investigations came first and his announcement for presidency came next?
Sure. The Hunter Biden investigations were from 2016 during that, and I think all of them should be washed away and we shouldn't be talking about that during our...
Yeah, but I'm asking you about Trump. So
I'm saying that this is where I said eye for an eye in my original comment. It's eye for an eye. So if you're going to do one, and I don't want to have it anyway, we should not be politically taking anyone
into
that.
But if they're committing crimes, then should they not be held accountable?
And that's my point, that we have to then go back for every political person and see every crime that they did. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's better off to move forward.
It's not a good idea because that's ridiculous. And we can acknowledge that that's a ridiculous statement. And what you're suggesting is because we can't go back and prosecute every president who's committed a crime, we shouldn't prosecute any president. Literally, we have 91 felony charges against one. That's the most ridiculous argument I've ever heard.
There is your conundrum, because you have to.
It's not a conundrum because we don't live by an eye for an eye. That's not how we live in this country.
Well,
so
we
it's
live
not a
by
conundrum
Congress
at all.
makes the laws that they draw up, and in Congress, if you listen to what they are saying recently, they do not agree. So I am not trying to disagree with your agreeance. I am saying that I'm agreeing to disagree, and we need to, as a country, stand up for each other and be better.
Okay. So I agree with your last statement that we as a country need to be better. And I think that starts with us holding people who break the law accountable. In fact, the Republican Party campaigns on that.
Okay, and I don't want to get... Yep, that's not my debate that I want to have right now, but I want everyone to go back, listen to the congressional on C-SPAN, listen to them and listen to the arguments for a couple hours. Just listen to the arguments. If you go on C-SPAN and listen to it, it's okay. They agree to not agree, and we're not getting anywhere. So this is the same exact thing that I think we need to stop with our country, and we need to move forward to do better, to find out why we disagree instead of fighting about it.
A whole bunch of nothing. I don't know what you're saying.
So you're just saying we should just drop the charges, not charge anyone who is running for political office, and let the voters decide. But, the Georgia case is because the voters did decide, and he didn't like what they decided, so he decided to break the law.
So the FBI director and the congressional committee did not answer the questions about Hunter Biden. No one cares. We should be done with them both.
Hunter Biden is not in political office.
Who cares?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well,
Hunter Biden is not. What does Hunter Biden have to do with this? Do we vote for Hunter Biden?
It's fucking weird.
It is.
Do we vote for Hunter
did say
Biden?
during it, but I don't want to get into that. That's not the debate. The debate
It is a debate because you just brought it up, though.
Okay, well, I'm done because that's not the point. The point is we all need to do better as people. We need to look at ourselves in the mirror, too. Every single one of us. That's more important. Instead of picking on other people, look in the mirror and say we can do better.
So who are you planning on voting for in 2024? If it's between
I don't
Biden
know yet because
and
I don't
Trump,
like either of them.
who are you going to vote for?
I don't like either of them.
If it's between Trump and Biden, who will you vote for if it's between Trump and Biden?
I have 14 months or whatever, 11 months, 12 months to decide that. But at this point, I would not vote for either of them.
This is the weirdest fucking conversation.
I know. It's bizarre. I don't really understand what's happening. I've been trying to follow along, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
So what do you base, when you do vote for people, Kyle, what do you base the decision on? Like what
I'm guessing I'm stupid because I obviously have done it wrong every other time. So now I'm looking into it more to fact check and figure it out more.
Right. So policy, right? So policy would be a good indicator and the things that are important in your life, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in anyone's life, right?
Okay, right. So when you talk about, when you're looking at the candidates, Trump and Biden, and you were going to look at, okay, these are the policies that this guy enacted and these are the policies that this guy enacted, do you feel like you're equipped to know who did what?
Yes, I'm equipped to know that I work for a W-2 company and I pay W-2 taxes and that a lot of my W-2 money went to Ukraine.
How much of your W-2 money went to Ukraine?
It's about 1.7% of my tax return.
What?
Went to Ukraine?
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what?
What?
So the taxes out of my check that are restricted to the federal government, they go there, 1.7% of that amount that was taken went to Ukraine.
How much
Where did you calculate that
subsidies?
from?
How did you do that?
It's written. It's a public statement. I don't have time to go back and find it. If you want me to,
Wait, you write it down and tell them what to allocate your taxes for?
No, it was already told. It's in an AP article. It's out there.
Kyle, do you know how much of your taxes go to corporate subsidies?
Yeah.
Do you know how much of your W-2, the taxes that come out?
That stays in America, though. That stays in America. Corporate subsidies.
Tommy, we've got a conservative patriot.
Corporate subsidies stays in America?
No, they don't. Of course they don't. That's a joke because they all go to all parts of the world. No, none of our money stays here. That's all part of it.
Okay, well, okay, so I just
a $1.7 trillion spending bill that from.
I think he's calculating. So I looked it up. It's 1.7%. He's calculating 110 billion over the $6,500 $6.5 trillion we spend annually a year across all obligations. Right. The problem is that $110 or 110 billion is not. Sorry, I simplified it by cutting it. The 110 billion was not spent all in 1 year. Number one, so it'd be more like 1%. But two, much of that was in the form of loans or stuff we already owned.
Just old ass military equipment, Kyle.
Right.
Like they put a monetary value to it.
So again, I'm not. The whole point was not to get an argument, and that's what you tried to draw me into. The whole thing is that I'm saying
they had a debate,
right?
I mean, we just asked you to substantiate your claim. I don't think anybody's arguing.
Okay, substantiate my claim of. I couldn't hear him exactly what he said.
How about we just
we're just trying to clarify, where you got that number from, and exactly that's not in the form of all cash. Like that's not. But speaking of that, would you not agree that the decimation of 50% of Russia's army without any U.S. lives lost would be a good investment?
I don't believe there were no U.S. lives lost. So that's a different claim. That's okay. That's fine. That's
so we have
different of opinion.
Our military is over in the Ukraine, is what you're saying?
No, that's not what I said. You put those words into my mouth. You said there was no U.S. lives lost during the whole thing to have it. That's not true.
Would you agree that Russia is our enemy? They are our adversary and have been for decades.
No.
What?
I don't think China's their adversary. I don't think Russia's their adversary. I don't think anyone is. I think these are all.
All right, I want to move on. So I'm going to go ahead and move on.
We're going to bid you adieu.
I'm going to appreciate it. I mean, I'm just going to move on because, the reality is, if you don't think, even if you Russia's an adversary. There's no questioning that. They're an adversary. Lord. I don't.
And go look up Budapest Memorandum too while you're at it there, Kyle.
Okay, sorry.
Don't mean to sound like an asshole, but shit. How do they not know this stuff?
For food, I'm hungry.
Damn it.
We just got to the point. We got to where we needed to be. He doesn't believe that Russia is the bad guy, so.
Yeah, really. Right. Ugh. Hello? Conservative Patriot.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Okay, I think it's.
Hello.
Are you driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta let you go, man. I got a no driving policy, because I don't want anybody dying while they're on my live. That'd be bad.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Not a whole lot. Look, I don't agree with what you said that Russia is the enemy. I think they are an adversary, but I don't think they're an enemy. Not when
they're
so much oil.
An enemy.
I don't think so, because if that's the case, then why were we getting oil off them?
You understand how geopolitics work, right?
I do understand how geopolitics works.
Okay.
My question to you is how can you assert that Russia is an enemy when we're still buying stuff off them? Like, Russia is still the highest producer of titanium. Russia is one of the biggest producers of oil in the world. There are a lot of imports that come from Russia to the US. So I don't see how you can say that Russia is an enemy or the bad guy. I can see how you can somewhat make the assertion that they're a bad guy in this situation, but I don't see how they can be considered the enemy all the time. I really can't. Like, we could have done the same with North Korea with Kim Jong-il. We could have said the same thing about, Germans. I mean, hell, Russians fought alongside us in World War II. They weren't an enemy then. Yes, I am an Australian.
You guys want to respond? I'm probably going to make some food here.
So what?
Probably going to go make some food here, to be honest with you.
So I corrected my terminology when I said that, I said the enemy, but then I did correct it and said they are an adversary, because I don't think...
Yes, I did.
Yeah, they are an
I did
adversary.
Hear that.
Yeah.
So they're an adversary, but
enemy. I still think they're an enemy. I think that they have no interest for America. I mean, not and when it comes to natural resources, yes, we're going to trade with people just the same we do with countries that we're not friendly with, particularly Asian countries, China, stuff like that, right? But like what the Eastern Bloc of Europe has experienced is imperialism and expansionism, which is pure fascism. Now, on that account, that's why I say they're our enemy.
Okay, I'll bring it to you this way. Where my parents are from, as you can tell by my name, I have Eastern European parents and Eastern European family. My mum's country of Serbia was bombarded to buggery, where a lot of innocent people were unalived as a result of that bombardment. That was done by NATO. Would you consider that to be what's what I'm looking for? Would you consider that to be an issue? Who would you consider the enemy at that point in time? I mean, that's the thing.
To Syria? Yeah, NATO.
Yeah. So
NATO.
Yeah.
Oh, Serbia. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say Syria.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't, Graham. Graham, you need to go read up on the history on that one. But anyway, doesn't really matter about that. That was my point. Now I'm going to have an articulate argument with you guys. I'm quite happy to have articulate arguments and articulate debates. The biggest concern that I've got at the moment, as per the topic, why do I think Trump's not going to prison? I don't think he will go to prison. I think that doing that will set a very dangerous precedent. It's kind of what happened with the Speaker of the House getting fired. It's set a very dangerous precedent in US politics, and I don't think that that's going to go ahead.
It's going to set a way worse precedent if he is let go, if he's found guilty and not sentenced to prison, don't you think?
Well, everyone should be held accountable for their actions. I agree with that. I have no drama with that.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Now, my question to you is, does that also translate to, and I heard what Kyle was saying before, does that translate to the then Vice President Biden, when he was over in Ukraine, saying, if you don't terminate this person, you're not going to get the $1 billion? And, well, son of a bitch.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened, though.
You need to change your media source whatever country you're in. Your media source is giving you a bunch of right-wing bullshit.
Okay, so really quick, I'm gonna go grab something to eat. I can add people while I'm gone, so if you're debating, just feel free to hop in the box. And yeah, if you guys want to debate a particular person, let them know.
I'm not debating persons. I'm debating politics. I'm debating the politics of it, because at the end of the day, anyone who does the wrong thing should be held accountable. Yep.
So with regards to that prosecutor, and this is well documented, that prosecutor was removed, not at the order of Vice President Biden. That was U.S. policy. Also, other countries were also involved in that because of the corruption. It had absolutely nothing to do with his son. This has been well documented.
Well, from even on his interview out there on the interview, if you don't, it says clearly, and he said it clearly. Well, son of a bitch, he got fired.
Yeah, man.
Right.
But you're talking about Viktor Shokin, who was a longtime ally of Poroshenko, the former Ukrainian president, and the entire European Union wanted him gone because he was failing to prosecute corruption within the government that was affecting the European markets. He wasn't even investigating Burisma at the time that Joe Biden made that statement. So the supposition is that Joe Biden ordered his firing in order to cover up or help Hunter's business interests, but the timelines just don't align, and the entire European Union wanted him gone.
The thing is that the optics show differently.
I agree the optics are terrible, but that's also like with the hindsight, with the timelines being muddied as well.
Yeah, I mean, each their own. I will accept what you're saying. I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying, but I will accept what you're saying. And I'm not being facetious, I'm not being a prick, I'm not being an asshole. I'm quite happy to have a debate about this. Personally, for me personally, I don't think that the optics were very, very good at that situation, and especially with what was going on, with the corruption that was going through. Okay, Viktor Shokin, or whatever his name is, getting terminated, fair enough. But I do believe that the optics show a serious, almost quid pro quo that happened at that time, and I don't think. Yeah, go ahead.
But here's the thing. Like, I understand and I hear what you are saying, but like Dark Lord just said, the timeline doesn't match up. This has been debunked so many times, and it wasn't just one country. It wasn't just President Joe or Vice President Joe Biden. It wasn't just the United States. It was multiple countries that wanted that guy to be fired because of corruption. And so when you talk about and say, well, you will accept that, those are the facts. We can't debate facts.
Oh, we can't debate facts, but we also can't debate, well, if you're not going to debate the facts, that's cool. Why was $1 billion of aid not given to him until he was fired?
That was part of it. You understand that there was corruption. So you agreed that Shokin was corrupt, correct? You said that there was corruption within the government.
I said that there is corruption everywhere.
Okay, so you agree that there was corruption in the Ukraine. Hold on, man. You agree that there's corruption within the Ukrainian government. You've already stated that. Can you?
I have no. I confirm that. I will not. Okay. I will not deny that. I'll confirm that.
So, Poroshenko was the president at the time, and he was good friends with Shokin. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden wasn't willing to give $1 billion to people he knew was corrupt. I think, personally, that's a pretty good idea.
Okay. Understandable.
So then from that point, the whole narrative was twisted up by people like Donald Trump and trying to make everybody think that it was Joe Biden that committed the quid pro quo when it was actually, him asking, Zelensky to get dirt on Joe Biden. It's just a big twist up by right-wing media, and it's unfortunate that it's reaching people in other countries as privately as it is.
I don't trust mainstream media at all anyway.
I don't know where you're getting it from, but you're getting right-wing spun media, and it's unfortunate.
You don't have to trust the media on this. You can literally, because there's been so many court cases, so many people have testified under oath. There's been so much documentation with this that you can see the timeline, you can see the facts, you can form your own opinion.
Yeah. I'll go do that. That's not a drama. Yeah. I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with that. Like I said, I'm quite happy to have it.
Exactly, Douglas. Joe Biden wasn't making the decision. This was U.S. foreign policy. And in fact, the United Kingdom was the one that was kind of leading the charge on getting rid of him. It had nothing to do with Hunter Biden.
Hey, Mr. Reza, can you please not? Can you please not? That's really facetious and really very, 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 very almost, it's getting to the point of discriminatory. Please don't. Please don't bring my
Marco,
please don't bring my nationality
we deal
into
with this. We deal with this daily. Like they tell us we're leftist paid shills by Soros, by the DNC. Like we deal with that daily, man. Daily.
I know, I understand. I won't lower myself to ad hominem, and I won't lower myself to discrimination or anything like that. So, like I said, I will quite happily have discussions with anyone regarding this. I will just not lower myself to ad hominem and insults and discrimination. That's just not the way I roll.
Okay. I don't even read the comments when I'm in the box.
Sorry, I'm just
it's not good to read comments when you're in the box, because then it means that you're not listening to the people that were talking to you, because you didn't hear a word Care Bear said before that.
I did hear everything that Care Bear said. I did actually hear everything that Care Bear said.
All right.
I did hear that Care Bear said.
All right.
He said he did. He did.
I heard him 5 times.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear what Care Bear said?
No, I didn't. No, geez, what? So, anyway, that's my own personal take on it. I'm quite happy to read any media source. However, like I said, I just don't trust media full stop. I think that we've been lied to about multiple different things by the media just to cause animosity within the community, and I don't think that's fair.
Hey, Marco, do you know how to research?
Yes, I do know how to research.
Okay, well then you can watch a secondary source like the news when it quotes primary sources, or you question like, hey, that's not a primary source. That must have been an opinion of that news source. Like you can go and research that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So are you in the United States or are you in Australia? Do you follow? I'm
in Australia.
Okay.
I'm in Australia, but the reason I'm planning on coming to the States in the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I follow politics very, very closely because there is a knock-on effect with Australia. What happens in the US affects us here in Australia in a big way. So I pay particular attention to what's going on in the States. Same with what happens in Canada, because there's a huge knock-on effect.
I heard a saying the other day, said when the United States sneezes, Europe gets a cold. I thought that was pretty true.
Yep.
We've got a few people in the queue.
All right, I'll drop off.
Please go and double check the information you're told by AP or some other moderate source, and make sure you're getting the full story on issues, please.
All right. No worries.
Thank you.
I've been really getting into a app called Ground News. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Bro, I bought the subscription. I paid the year.
It
was worth it.
It's amazing. It was worth it. Yeah. Well, because I always try to go to source documents, to try to formulate my opinions, but I don't always get them. But it's really cool to see, like, even the same story, just the different headlines depending on the media outlet that you're looking at. I've really enjoyed it.
I'm finding it kind of bummed out that the reputable sources are like asking, for you to pay now. Like I hate that New York Times and Washington Post are behind a paywall, but because you don't want to only have the really shitty, biased rags, only the thing left for people to read, right? Because a lot of people aren't going to pay for reputable sources, so.
Nessa in the comments asked what app I was talking about. It's called Ground News. There's a free version, but I think there's a paid version that's like $30 for a year. Maybe it's a little bit more than that, but it's completely worth it. It gives you all of the sources. It shows you all the headlines. You can take the same story and swipe between different headlines. But then when you have the paid one, it kind of tells you where your blind spots are. Like if you're favoring one perspective or one news outlet, it'll alert you and say, hey, here's what another outlet had to say, just so you kind of get a whole picture from various points of view.
Oh, damn, she dropped.
What's it called? Groundwork?
Ground news.
Ground.
Somebody said it leans right in chat.
It does not lean. No. Oh shit! What the fuck is this? Is this guy asleep?
Damn.
All right.
Snoozing. You snooze, you lose.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, it's ground news.
That's funny.
But
sounded like he was grinding some coffee there.
Right.
So yeah, it can't lean right. That's not how that works. It's actually a conglomerate. What's the right word? It takes all of them and then it tells you
aggregator. I think
an aggregate. Yeah, that's right. A conglomerate. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, it's an aggregate and it takes them and it literally has a scale on the bottom. It's a blue, white, and red scale on how far, which direction it leans. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Ground, Tina.
Ground news.
But you have to pay for it, though. It's how much a month or how much a year, whatever?
There's a free one, but if you want like proof, I guess, I don't know what it gives you the citations if you pay for it.
Yeah, so there's a few different ones. There's like Pro, Premium, and Vantage. So the free one, gives you a handful of sources from 50,000 different outlets. Article comparison, and then you get extra features. You can get like a customized feed where you can follow. So for the $30 a year, you can like follow particular topics. So if you want to follow politics or foreign policy, business, that kind of stuff, you can do that. And then there's another one that gives the high tier for $100 a year gives you. I like the premium because it has the factuality score, so it kind of like checks the fact checks, fact checks the articles, and kind of gives you a score of how accurate it is. So I think it's definitely worth it. You can at least try it for free, or get the $10 a year one.
Yeah. Now, I like AP just because of the way they source. Like, they really do a good job at, you can't hardly find any AP article that isn't just, blue links just all through it. So it really just, I find that I'll hear something that right-wingers are saying, and then I'll go and try and look it up on AP and see what the real story is, and then kind of try to trace back where they're hearing that from, or who is telling them, that nonsense. It's wild how disinformation disseminates.
Yeah, AP almost never has doesn't have any paywalls, so that's
no, it doesn't.
And then they almost always link to source documents, which is what I want to see. Like,
exactly.
I'm okay having a reporter, give me their take on a document, but they almost never have the subject matter expertise. So I like to go back and just look at it and try to research it from the original source.
No, that's AP, Associated Press. AP. And I always tell people too, or I always used to try and get my news mostly outside of the country, because sources outside of America don't have a financial incentive to get us to vote a certain way necessarily. And so they don't really, you can tend to get more just the news as opposed to opinionated crap. Like so much of our news is here in America, right? It's all opinion.
Right. Well, in every news outlet, they have to sell subscriptions and they have to sell ad space. So they're gonna do the things that get them the most ad space. I think a lot of outside the country outlets, they don't have that same incentive. Nobody's paying them extra to hide a story about their industry, or paying them more because it doesn't really matter overseas.
But also, too, let's not how in the United States our media has basically been bought by.
Oh yeah.
Off topic.
Yeah, 60% media. 60% of local media is, owned by one or two companies.
Sinclair Broadcasting Group,
Sinclair,
isn't it?
Yeah. Right-leaning groups have bought most of radio, even though, not many people listen to radio anymore. But if you ever do turn on the radio, oh my gosh, it's bad. It's bad.
I think it was last week tonight, John Oliver, who did like a mashup of all these local stations, and like reading the same exact script for the same story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The dude who fell asleep is back in queue.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be no for me, Don.
You think he rolled over on it again?
You know, I'm going to be honest. I had, occasionally, I have well, not occasionally, but I have on occasion. I don't know. How fucking frequently I am, I don't know. Anyways, I have some microwave dinners, but I always buy the better ones, right? Like the more expensive ones or whatever. And I was like, I don't really want to make anything. Salad doesn't sound funny or fun. So I made one, and it's the best fucking microwave dinner I've ever had.
What was it?
It's like I would have ordered it from a restaurant.
What was it?
What is it? Rouse?
Rouse. Yeah, Rouse.
The 5 cheese fucking. What are they?
Ravioli.
Yeah.
Ravioli, tortellini.
Look good.
Hold on.
Did you air fry it?
Hold on, Rouse. 5 cheese.
Hey, Jeff in the queue, are you opposition? We got 2 in the queue.
Tonight. Yeah.
Is it tortellini? Yeah.
Can you make tortellini?
No, it's ravioli. It's their 4 cheese ravioli. Holy shit. It was good.
All right, Jeff.
Compliments to the chef.
Did you air fry it? How'd you cook it?
I did not. I just cooked it in the microwave.
No.
Yeah, it was fucking good. I was like, damn. I was thinking, honestly, I tried a piece and I was thinking about coming up here to scarf it down. And I was like, no, it's actually kind of good. Fuck that. Fuck that. No thanks. I'm gonna eat it down here. I'm gonna take my time. Yeah, I don't know. Is that what all their fucking spaghetti sauce tastes like? Jesus, that was crack. Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, g'day,
so
mate.
How are you? Good. How's it going?
Good morning, Jeff.
Good, mate. Well, first off, just want to congratulate you, Tommy. You've been going at it for a couple of years now, and to make a living out of it, mate, you're doing pretty well, mate. So I tip my hat to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, I'm somewhat a little bit of opposition. I've just got a couple of questions I want to ask you in regards to the 2020 election. So now I noticed Sharon said earlier, hey Sharon, how are you?
Hello.
Now I know you said earlier, and I've listened to Tommy a fair bit, you said you need to change your media source. So I guess when you say that comment, I guess my question would be to all of you people would be, when you say change your media source, given that what we now know, what the media lied to with regards to the Biden laptop, holding that information from the public so the public didn't actually make it. Hang on, I'll go. No,
hey, you need to change your media source too, apparently.
Yeah,
I'm going to start saying that shit to everybody. Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Fair enough. Fair call. Look, fair call. Okay, look, I've got shit on my face. That's fine. Okay, I'll cop it. But do you not think that there was some form of electoral interference with withholding that information that we later found out 2 years later that it actually wasn't false?
Well, I don't see people throwing a fit about Hillary Clinton's investigation opening up 2 weeks before the election. But the thing is the laptop story was janky. The people that signed off on the story didn't want to sign off on it. We had no verification if it was real, not real, indifferent. And the people that were promoting it were people like Rudy Giuliani. There is absolutely stuff that was manufactured after the fact and put on the laptop. That's known. So what could be trusted from the actual laptop is unknown. But at that particular time, yeah, we didn't know if it was real or not. It's since come out that it is. Rudy Giuliani's had a copy for 3 years, and there has been no crimes or evidence of a crime that's been committed, that's been put forward. By the way, he's being sued for releasing that information. I don't know if you knew that, by Hunter. But in terms of this, I always find it like I'm arguing against a caricature of what people think happened. When that story broke, it didn't make any sense. The people that authored the article were like, we didn't want to put our name on it. And they made us. So that's a big red flag. Big red flag. And aside from that, there's nothing really on the laptop that I think would have swung an election for independence. Like, all the Republicans were salivating over it because of all of the naked pictures of him, which is weird, and the fact that he did do drugs and took photos of it. But very little evidence in terms of anything illegal that was done, at least in our country, or significant enough that it would make a huge difference, you know?
But also,
fair call. But I get, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, let's not forget there too. So what you're saying is that Hunter Biden laptop and it was the tweet, right? It was the tweet that was not put up for what, a day and a half?
New York Post
because the story itself was published. And so to think that one tweet with, one picture would sway an election where 81 million people voted against Trump. So there's high motivation already. But to think that a tweet not going up on the president's son and his naked pictures for a day and a half is going to sway an election? When the story itself did break, it just wasn't on Twitter. All of the American public isn't on Twitter. Like, only, I want to say, 20% of Americans.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Your mic cut out.
Again. Yeah, I think I keep on dropping out. But look, I guess the question, what I wanted to ask you though, is given how much, it was said that it was false. Okay. Now, 2 years later, the left came out and said, it's false. It's Russian disinformation. Then it came out 2 years later, it was actually correct. Now, the question that I posed to Sharon was, when you say change your media source, the media knew that information was actually true and they lied about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Change your media source. Hang on a sec. Can I just finish my point, please?
Yeah.
And I'll let you talk. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. No, what I'm saying is, can I talk or not? Is that okay?
Yes, there must be some lag. Go ahead.
Yeah, there is. Look, if it gets any worse, just kick me. I'm in a bad area. But what I'm saying to you is, we now know that the laptop was real, and you guys now admit that. But 2 years ago, you all said, no, it's Russian disinformation, it's false, it's fabricated.
That's not true. But that's not true. That is not true.
Can I just finish one point? I'll just finish one. I'll just give me one more minute. I promise I'll finish quickly. So I guess when you look at the information that was held from the general public, and also too, the next one that really annoys me as well was when, okay, Sharon, so answer me this one. So with the midterm elections, on the 2nd of November, they found documents in Biden's residence, true?
Holy fuck! Can you just drop any more misinformation?
Let me recover from my whiplash.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, he's asking me questions, so if I could just say,
that's fine.
First of all, there was a big difference between the laptop and the contents of the laptop. And I don't even know the fact that you're in Australia and you're even talking about Hunter's laptop tells me that you're getting right-wing bullshit over in your country the same way our citizens here in our country get fed right-wing bullshit. Even Steve Bannon was caught on a hot mic. Hold on a second. Even Steve Bannon was caught on a hot mic saying that he made up some of the bullshit on the laptop. The contents are inadmissible in court. There's no reason why we're even talking about it this many years later. The media didn't withhold jack shit about the laptop from us. So I don't even know what you're talking about right now. And we're not going to jump to something completely unrelated like you just tried to do. So stay on topic.
Well, they are.
That's your answer.
Related okay, Sharon. Okay, so let me just ask you this one. So the documents were found on the 2nd of November. You had the midterms on the 8th of December, but the general public wasn't notified about that information until the back end of December. Now, don't you think that information was withheld from the public to make a conscious decision on who they were going to vote for?
Jesus.
Do you not think
why should that have played any role? But why should that have played any role in who was elected? Because it didn't have anything to do with Joe Biden. And still, to this day, there has been no evidence provided that it did.
Right.
I just think that it was withholding misinformation. It was holding information from the public. It was basically interfering with an election because all the information wasn't there for the public to make the decision. Go for it, bro.
But the hey, Tanook, appreciate the raid. Sorry, I just saw that. Hey, Patty, appreciate the resub of tier 1. I just saw that too. Sorry, I'm a bit behind. When the story broke, regardless of what you want to say ended up being the case, the overwhelming consensus, and it was immediately apparent that none of the story about how the owner came into possession of it, about if it was Hunter Biden's laptop, about what was actually on it and whether or not it was legitimate, none of that could be verified. And the people that pushed forward that laptop and that laptop story had political motivation. There was stuff that was put on the laptop that was absolutely put on the laptop after Hunter Biden had lost control of it. So the story made no sense out the gate. And you're saying like that Americans should have been able to decide, like, I don't know what you mean, because the story was nationwide. So it's not like, but it backfired because everybody's like, oh, this seems fake.
I guess the point that I was trying to make was that the media lied that it wasn't real, and then 2 years later they came out and said it was. That was my point that I was trying to make. And the same thing. Can I just finish my point, please? I haven't been interrupted.
But that's
just
not
let me
true.
finish my point, please. It is true.
No. It's
It is
not.
true.
It was never said. It was never said.
Russian
that the laptop-
disinformation.
No.
Russian disinformation. Yeah.
Who said it was Russian?
Jeff.
Who said it was Russian disinformation?
You did, mate.
Can I talk?
When did I say
the
that?
whole right-wing media. The same with right-wing media. Just give me 30
called it Russian
seconds.
disinformation?
The whole right-wing media, and the same with the
You mean the
Democratic
left-wing
campaign.
media? Okay, let's see.
Yeah, the left. Sorry, mate, the
Hunter
left.
Biden laptop. I remember people bringing up. I remember people saying that it was disinformation, likely from Rudy Giuliani, and this was after like a week.
You blame Putin for it, though. With Russian disinformation, 100%. Been said many times before.
Okay, when did the laptop come out? When did the laptop come out?
Oh, I don't know. 2 years just before the elections, I think. In 2020.
So did the media say it was Russian information before the election? Is that what you're saying?
So I'm pretty sure Nancy Pelosi got up and said it was Russian disinformation. I'm pretty
Before
sure
the
Jen
election?
Psaki.
Before
Yes, I'm
the
pretty
election?
sure. Have you?
The
so
laptop
you
goes back to like 2016, does it not?
Can I ask you a question? Why are you more upset about the response that people had to this being very clearly disinformation than the fact that Rudy Giuliani forged documents and lied? Like, do you think that like somehow the American public should have been like, we should have pretended like this was legitimate when it wasn't, and we knew it out the gate?
What I'm saying is that the media lied from day one when this laptop came out. It was made quite clear that it was Russian disinformation, and they withheld that information to sway the general public's opinion leading into the election. That was my main point. Now, just let me make one more point with the midterms. The midterms were held on the 8th of November, correct? Documents were found on the 2nd of November, but the general public didn't know about those documents found until the back end of December after the midterms were held. Don't you think that's withholding information from the public to make a conscious decision?
Joe Biden was not running for office.
That's the point that's just the point that I'm trying to make. The fact that, that information was withheld, and I'm just asking you, do you think it would have had an impact, or do you think it was electoral interference by holding that information?
No.
What if it was Trump? What if it was the other way around? How would you feel about that? Would you say you lost the election? Hang on a second.
Could you let somebody respond?
Okay, but if you ask,
could you let somebody respond? Jesus Christ!
I'm trying to get my point across, Sharon.
You're making tons of points, and you're not letting people respond.
Can I answer your question?
I will shut up right now.
I'm reading it right. Sorry,
okay,
I want to read it right now.
With regards, go ahead.
I want to read it right now. There was a letter that was signed by 50 intelligence officials saying that it had, quote, all of the earmarks of Russian disinformation. But they're not talking about the laptop. They're talking about the documents that supposedly came with it, which ended up being true. It ended up being forged.
Yeah, the
like a lot of the
leak.
documents, not all of them, but a lot of the documents ended up being forged. So
you never sat on your
credibility.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt. My apologies.
So I never said on my live what? I wasn't doing lives in October of 2020.
You have said on many times that it was Russian disinformation. Many, many times. All of you have said it. I've listened to your lies many, many times. Yes, you have.
I've said it?
You have said it.
When have I said Russian disinformation?
Yeah. The laptop was Russian disinformation. I mean, everything gets blamed on Russia and Trump. From you guys,
Lord,
yeah?
From wherever it is you get your information
I have never said that it was Russian disinformation, but I will tell you this: it was definitely perpetuated by the Russians, 100%. It was 100% pushed by Russian bot farms.
Yeah. Okay, well that's a fair comment. All right, well can we move on, or you want to keep talking about it?
What said about?
I don't like talking to you, really. You're kind of steamrolly.
I really want to address your comment about the Vice President Biden and the documents found and how that story wasn't released until after the midterms. Okay, so a few things. The Biden wasn't on. He wasn't running. So that would not have affected people voting for actual, like, congressional people and senators. Like, why do you think that would have made a difference? Biden wasn't running in the midterms in 2022.
Well, weren't they talking about a red wave, and wasn't it the Democrats pretty much trumped, and the only thing the Republicans won was it the House or the Senate or something like that? Do you not think that would have had an impact if they knew about Joe Biden having these classified documents?
No, not at all. I mean, the midterms, the reason why there was no red wave is, first of all, polling data. Wait, can I tell you something? So polling data is extremely flawed in our country. Okay, so the only people who were talking about the red wave were Republicans, and they very much underestimated the effect that overturning Roe v. Wade would have on the American public and what that would do to motivate people to come out and vote in the midterms. So do I think that a few documents found in the president's garage would have caused people who are outraged about the overturning of Roe and all of the other things that the Republicans have been passing in the 2 years? Would it change their mind? No. He wasn't on the ballot.
Maybe.
Those laws are on the ballot. We're not stupid. We're not a dumb electorate, you know? I think that's really simplifying Democratic voters.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. I guess if you flipped it though, if all these have happened and it was Trump with the Trump laptop, say it was Donald Trump Jr. and all this kind of stuff with the midterms, how would you guys react to that then?
This is so weird.
Would you still say the same thing? Or would you say, it's electoral interference, we lost, we could have won?
I just wonder, why all the simping for Trump is what I want to know.
Yeah, this is really weird. I couldn't even tell you who the Australian Prime Minister is, man. Why are you simping so hard for our politicians?
He's a fucking bozo. Why? Because America is dictating world politics. And Australia is America's ally, and we are a puppet to the United States. Whatever war the United States gets involved with, Australia follows. So when people say, why am I interested in American politics, it's because Australia
So you want fascism in Australia too? Is that why you want Trump in America? Because you want fascism in Australia?
So, look, I'm not even going to get it. Look, I'm not experienced when it comes to fascism. No, Tommy's read a shitload of books, so I'm not going to get into fascism. But when you shut down people for having an opinion, which is what the left does, don't you think it works both ways?
No.
No, dude, that's not fascism.
I mean, look at what's happening with the Palestinians.
For the same thing that I don't think that people that liberated Europe were fascists. They shut down talk. They shut down the Germans.
Give me one.
This doesn't make it fascist. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair call. Fair call. Okay, so, all right, can I move on from that now, or I just want to address one?
Wait.
issue, and that's end all gods go.
Jeff, can I just say one thing? Because you just brought up something. So you just said that the left likes to shut down opposing voices, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Seen it in the last 3 years.
Okay. Just last week, Donald Trump stated that if he gets back into office, he is going to shut down mainstream media.
Yeah, well, mainstream media is dead in the water. Why do you think everyone's turning to social media?
Get the fuck out of here.
Sharon,
would that not be shutting down voices?
Just having a conversation.
You're just ridiculous.
Listen to how he
That's
is.
your opinion, Sharon. I haven't been rude to you, so can we keep it respectful, please?
It's my opinion, too.
Jeff, so if you have the leader of a country stating that because the NBC doesn't say nice things about him, he's going to remove them off of the air, and you somehow think that that is not silencing opposition, which you just claimed is something that the left does. Have you ever heard Joe Biden say wait, let me finish my question. Have you ever heard Joe Biden say, you know what, I don't like Fox News, it's mean to me, I'm going to direct so-and-so to pull them off the air?
Well, I haven't heard him say that, but look at Tucker Carlson. He got sued for voicing his opinion. You listen to the Stephen Sundry tapes about January 6th, and there's a lot of information that's been withheld from the public again. But that's
There's a kick pull for what? $30.
$30. He got sued for what?
What's that? Didn't he get sued for lying about January 6th?
No.
No, for lying about the election. For lying about the election. Okay, Fox got sued for lying about the election.
And Tucker Carlson.
Look, there's a lot of people saying, please kick me. I'm just going to say one more comment, and then I'm going to leave you guys to it. Appreciate you having me on. I bet
it's going to be something untrue.
No, this is going to be something that I think you will all agree on, okay? So with what's going on over in the Gaza Strip at the moment, with the imminent ground invasion from Israel, I think Israel needs to open up a safe passage, considering that 50% of the people in Israel are under the age of 18. He needs to give them time to leave that area and then have a full-scale invasion. But they've come out and said anything that's in Gaza will no longer be. So can we agree on that before I say goodbye?
Agree on what?
Are you talking about the Palestinian people?
There should be a safe passage for people to get out of Gaza before Israel invades.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, thanks for your time, guys. I know a lot of people want to see the back of me. Appreciate it. Good night.
Take care.
Can you kick me? I don't know how to leave, right?
Yeah, you guys are. All right, if you were debating, hop in the box. If you're not, please hop out. If you guys want to support the channel, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. I would appreciate it. You can join the Patreon.